Hello and welcome to Kami Games Recommends, the series where I recommend games which I have really enjoyed personally and I believe are worth checking out. In this video, I recommend Solitairica, a RPG with solitaire-based combat developed by Righteous Hammer Games and released on Steam in June 2016. I picked this up over the Steam Summer Sale 2017 since I heard great things about it, and I have to say, it does not disappoint. Solitaire is a card game, which is a pretty well-known quantity by this point. Cards are laid face down in a certain formation, and you have to clear the board by following the rules of stacking cards in sequence by their value, either one up or one down, with aces and kings being linked. While there have been a fair number of solitaire games, such as Fairway Solitaire or Regency Solitaire, Solitairica adds in combat and spells to make for a very compelling experience. You are a champion tasked with taking out Emperor Stuck, who is bent on the heartless destruction of the world. To get to Emperor Stuck, you have to defeat a series of enemies, and combat here is one of the highlights of the game. During the player's turn, you are essentially playing solitaire, matching cards in sequence as previously described. However, the clever thing here is the addition of spells and mana, adding in an element of strategy to this game. We have 4 types of energy, namely attack, defense, agility, and willpower. You can obtain mana in 2 ways, either by matching cards on the board or by drawing cards. The class that everyone starts out with is the warrior, which is an attack and defense based deck. Essentially, the cards in the deck will either be orange or blue, and whenever you draw a new card, you will get 1 mana of the respective color. There are of course additional unlockable classes, each with a deck focused on 2 types of mana, with the exception of the newly added primal classes in the July 2017 update, which are single mana decks. Each class does play differently due to the abilities available, and there are achievements for beating the Emperor with all classes. Interestingly, the number of cards on the board equates to the enemy health, as clearing all cards from the board wins you the battle. On the enemy's turn, they will perform an action of their own, such as an attack which damages your HP, abilities which reduce your mana, abilities which add corruption effects to the cards, and many more. Corruption effects here are an interesting twist to Solitaire, since these add effects which hinder your card matching and pose a direct threat to your HP. For example, we have the burning effect, which damages you for 1 damage per turn per burning card on the board, with the possibility that it will spread to other cards. Poison also deals 1 damage per turn per poison card, but this directly targets HP, bypassing any armor that you may have. Raging cards are also another interesting one, since these add 1 damage per raging card on the board whenever an enemy attacks. We have armored cards which take up multiple matches to clear, and all of these and more added to the strategy element. Defeating enemies and creating long chains of cards gives you coins, which can be used to purchase items and spells from the shop in between battles. These only last for the run, but are critical in your overall strategy. For example, I was having trouble with a particularly nasty enemy which dealt a huge amount of damage in an attack, but that attack had a long wind-up time, 15 damage after 5 turns to be exact. After succumbing to it the first time, I came across a spell that let me use 6 defense mana to block all damage from the next attack, and immediately bought it with this fight in mind. The strategy was successful, so I was really happy with myself for that day. Your journey ends when your health is depleted, but do not fear, Solitairica has some rogue-lite inspiration in that you earned wild stones when defeated, depending on the number of enemies defeated in that run. These can be used to purchase new decks and even to purchase powerful upgrades to aces, kings, and queens for each deck. For example, for the warrior, the upgrade for aces results in it giving 3 mana when drawn instead of 1, meaning that eventually you should get powerful enough to defeat the Emperor, although as with all solitaire games, RNG does play a part. For normal difficulty, there are 18 distinct enemies before you reach the Emperor, and what I wish there was more of were the number of different types of enemies in the game. Here, the enemies were always encountered in the same sequence: the bat, followed by the bearded ghost, then the rich slug, then the rat, the gremlin, the hugbug, and so on and so forth, with no change to the encounters. While this did allow you to learn their characteristics after a couple of runs, I thought that more variety here would have been nice. What is randomized, however, is the traits of the enemies. Here, enemies can have attributes like Colossal, Armored, Venom, greedy, etc. And these have effects like increasing the number of cards on the board, giving a chance to add armor to cards, giving a chance to add poison to cards, and stealing coins from the cards on the board respectively. These added variety and challenge to the game, since these randomized traits could potentially combine into an exceptionally deadly version of that enemy when in combination with its passive abilities and attacks. The July 2017 update also included the addition of epic difficulty, which increased the number of battles to 28, increased the difficulty of the enemies, and reduced coin drops, which was an even greater challenge. Enemy variety here did change, so I thought that this was a nice addition. Overall, I think that Solitairica is an excellent card-based game with fun strategic decisions. I realized that I do love it when games add in non-typical mechanics like Solitaire or Match 3 into a combat system, and I hope to see even greater innovation in gaming. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.